Saramonic just sent me their brand new microphone, which has some crazy awesome features. You got cardioid, you got stereo, you got mid-side stereo, you got figure 8, it's XLR, USB, or 3.5 millimeter, depending on how you want to hook it up to stuff. And if you're using this over USB or over the 3.5 millimeter, this thing will decode the mid-side stereo for you. Now, this microphone does come with a really nice carrying case full of all kinds of cables and accessories, which is awesome. I mean, this is a really nice hard shell case. Now, if we take a look at the XLR cables this comes with, this uses a very special 5-pin XLR cable. And it splits off into 2 regular XLR cables. And if this is a little bit too short for you, you can just plug your regular XLR cables right into these and lengthen it. So that is one option if you find that the little one that it comes with is too short. So right now I am recording the front capsule only. So if I go ahead and turn up the second capsule, which records the sides in cardioid, let's see what that sounds like. So we're going to give it about an even amount of gain. So right now we're recording the front capsule and the side capsules. I mean, for the most part, if you're using it indoors like this, you're probably just going to be recording the front capsule and not everything, but the thing is, you can do what you want. So let's go ahead and give it a little bit more gain. So we're recording just a little bit of the sides right now, but mainly the front. Let's go ahead and crank that up a little bit more. So I'm basically cranking up the gain on these side capsules right now, so you guys can get an idea of what it sounds like according to how loud you have these side capsules. Now, I'm starting to be able to hear this in my headphones, so I think we are starting to record those. And these are really picking up like my fan over there and everything else. So bottom line is, you can probably start to hear the computer fans. For the most part, if I'm just recording my voice indoors, I'm just going to be recording using the one capsule on XLR. Now in a couple of minutes, we're going to let you hear some outdoor tests for my voice. You'll notice when I start going to the left and to the right, when I'm outdoors with this on mid-side stereo, you'll hear my voice going from the left speaker to the right speaker, especially if you're wearing headphones. We'll do a test where we record some cars going by, and you'll hear the cars go and go from ear to ear, which is really cool. So having a stereo or a mid-side stereo microphone is amazing. But one of the best things about it is it does have an app, so you can set it up for stereo or mid-side stereo. And you can also adjust the polar pattern for cardioid from like really narrow to super wide. I think it's 140 degrees to like 90 degrees or something like that on the app. I would definitely download Saramonic's app. It is awesome. You're going to need the Saramonic Studio app. And on the back of the case, there was actually a little QR code. You can just scan that and get the app off of the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store or whatever they call it on iOS. I don't know. I don't use those Apple products for some reason. They're nice, but I don't have any. All right, so now I've got the microphone flipped into mid-side stereo mode. Now, since I'm doing this over XLR, I'm going to have to decode this on my audio editing software to get everything working. So when I do that, I'll show you guys how to do that at the end of this video, but this is what it sounds like not decoded. You will hear it decoded at the end of the video, and I'm going to show you exactly how I do it at the end of the video. So we'll have a little decoding tutorial. Now, if you're doing this on the USB or the 3.5 millimeter jack, the microphone automatically decodes it for you, but if you're doing it on an XLR, you've got to decode it yourself. So all right, this is what it sounds like recording from the center. And if I move over this way, or if I move over this way, or if I do this thing or that thing or the other thing, that's how the microphone sounds. When we do the tutorial, you'll hear my voice going back and forth, but we're going to save that part for the end. Let's go ahead and show you guys a great outdoor test for this microphone. All right, so we are testing out this microphone. So if I pan the microphone to one side and I pan it back to the other side, this is what the mid-side stereo recording does through my phone. So I'm actually recording on the open camera app for my phone. In just a second, we will go out to a really busy street. So cars go by, and then you can see the cars pass from left to right and hear what that sounds like. This is a voice test, and let's go ahead and go out to the street. This is a really cool and a really fun product. I mean, I can see a lot of uses for having a stereo or a mid-side stereo microphone. I mean, personally, if I'm just recording somebody's voice, I'm just going to choose Cardioid. But, you know, if you want that mid-side, it's an option. All right, now we're back in Cardioid with only the center pickup pattern running. I've got a room fan going, so that should be picking up some background noise. And let's find out how much of my keyboard this is picking up as well. We're only recording the center capsule right now, and this is our noise test. So how much room noise does this thing reject in Cardioid? We are trying to find out right about now. All right, so now we're recording Cardioid, but we have both capsules going. So you're probably hearing the fan since this is picking up the sides a little more as well. So this is probably making like, I don't know, maybe like a wide Cardioid. I'm not sure, but let me go ahead and just clickety-clackety all over this keyboard and see what this does right here. I think this is going to be my new go-to microphone for anytime I need to do some recording on my phone or anything like that. So it's a great field recording microphone is what it is. And when you're out and about, these are just phenomenal. All right, so we're going to do a distance test on the microphone. So right now we are probably, you know, pretty far away from it in a studio setting. I'm in a semi-sound treated room, so you're probably hearing a little bit of the room reverb and stuff like that since I'm a little further away. Let's go ahead and come in a little bit closer. So this is the way the mic sounds as we get closer to it. And if we get right up on top of this microphone, I'm turning the gain up and down as I move here. So this is the way it sounds when we are right up on top of it. I think this microphone sounds really, really, really good. All right, so there is our distance test. There is a low cut button on the top, or I should say switch, and that cuts out the bass lower than the human voice. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like that really cut into my voice. I can really hear the low end is just gone. So let's go ahead and turn that back off. And I'm going to pause it because it does make a big pop on the recording. All right, and now we have the high pass filter back off. So honestly, I think this microphone is very ideal for a voiceover. If you like the sound of this would be a great voiceover microphone. So honestly, if you need an on-camera, off-camera, or studio microphone, this thing is killer. It sounds and feels and has the features of a super high-end microphone. Okay, so this is going to be our demonstration and how-to for mid-side stereo on XLR. Right now we are recording 2 mono channels. The first one is recording the main capsule. The second one is recording the side. So when I start to move the microphone to one side or the other, you should probably be hearing my voice going from the left to the right, to the left to the right, to the left to the right. Okay, so the only thing we actually have to do to make this work, and it's super easy and it's super simple. Basically, the main track, we are going to leave it alone and we are not going to touch it. Now, the secondary track that's picking up the side capsules, what you're going to do is copy that and paste it back into your DAW as a second track. Now we're going to pan track number 2 to the left. We're going to pan track number 3 to the right. And then we are going to phase inverse the right side track. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a mid-side recording that works perfectly. It takes a few seconds. Now, I don't know what editing software you're using, so I can't tell you how you need to do it to phase inverse or pan. But if you know your editing software, that should be a very simple thing for somebody to do. Okay, right now we have the microphone boomed out of frame like you would normally do with a shotgun microphone. Again, this is only a semi-sound treated room, so you're probably hearing some reverb and some room noise, and we're just recording on the main capsule. Let's switch over to just the side capsules. And I'm going to show you, this is why I would not really use the side capsules in an indoor setting like this, unless you need the stereo. This is what these side capsules are picking up, which is basically all of the room noise. So if you're doing a stereo recording where you need your voice to go back and forth, that's great. But if you're not doing a stereo recording, I would suggest only using the front capsule when using this on XLR. Because this right here sounds way more pleasant than what you heard a second ago. And now if we get both going, this is the XLR on stereo mode. You can probably hear all of the room. So bottom line is, I'm only going to record with the center capsule when doing like a professional voiceover, unless for some reason I need a stereo recording, and then I'm going to move over to one of the stereo settings. But for just a speaking voice, just like this is perfect. And of course, if you want that big professional radio broadcast type of voiceover sound, just bring this thing in really close. It sounds awesome at this distance, at least in my opinion. I think this is an amazing microphone with all kinds of really cool features. I mean, me personally, I'm not into the whole stereo recording thing, but when it comes to using this as a regular shotgun microphone for voiceover, this thing is freaking amazing. I mean, I can use it in my studio, I can use it on camera, or I can hook it to my phone, and this thing is just awesome. I absolutely love it, and I will put some sort of link to where you can get this down there in the video's description. That way, if you do want to pick one up, you can check it out. Again, they did send me this for free, but I'm telling you right now, this is an awesome microphone. I get to say whatever I want about it. I can't really think of any negatives, to tell you the truth. I mean, I can't find one thing to complain about for this microphone, other than it would have been nice if these specialty XLR cables were a little bit longer, and maybe some of the cables that it came with could have been a little bit longer. They're all very short cables that it comes with. But yeah, besides that, I cannot think of one thing to complain about. So if you like the way this thing sounds, go for it. This microphone is amazing. Again, I don't know what the current price is, so I don't know if it's going to be affordable or it's going to be somewhat expensive or crazy super duper expensive. But if you like the sound of this microphone and it fits your budget, I'm going to say go for it. It's pretty awesome. Now we're switching to another microphone to end this thing, just so you can kind of hear what this sounds like next to a Sennheiser shotgun microphone here. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. When I get a product link for the Saramonic microphone, I will put that down there in the video's description and maybe in the pinned comment. Again, this is unreleased, so I don't have any links yet, but once it does become released, I'll release this video and I will put all the stuff you need in the video's description. Again, this is the Sennheiser microphone right here, so you can do a quick A/B comparison. And thank you for watching. You guys and girls are amazing. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.